Watch what you say, kid. I might just hold you to it.
Heh! I said it and I never go back on my word! That's my Nindo, my ninja way!
Well then, care to make a bet on it?
A bet?
I'll give you 1 week. If you can master that jutsu by then, I'll admit I'm wrong and that you're worthy of becoming Hokage. I'll even throw in my necklace.
Lady Tsunade, no! No, you don't really mean that!
You can keep it. I'm not really into jewelry.
You numbskull. That necklace belonged to the first Hokage himself. There are only 2 like it in the world. Why, that little thing is worth 3 gold mines in the mountains on top of them.
Lady, you've got yourself a bet.
It's always money with this kid.
All right. However, if you don't master it in a week, you lose and admit I was right. And I get the money in Froggy. Hello there.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's cold in here.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in the office, in my own office at home, and I'm in Georgia, but the air conditioner is making me cold.
Oh, okay.
There's no time to change it, so I'm good with it.
That's okay. It's hot where I am.
Hawaii, right?
Yeah, that's why I use this background. It's cute.
How's the World Cup going?
It's amazing. There's a big game on right now. But yeah, I've just been watching when I can, and yeah, it's fun. Do you watch it at all?
I just watched the game last night, so it was
Oh,
really amazing.
yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's my first time watching the World Cup, something like that. I did not know that they had to keep the time going every time they do a timeout, and then they just got to add
Oh
time to
yeah.
that. So pretty much they have to keep playing until somebody goes down.
Yeah, well, no, it's a 90-minute game, and then every time there's a stoppage, they add minutes on at the end. So it's 42, 45-minute segments. But anyway, let's talk about what we want to talk about because I really have like a good hour and then I got a jam.
All right. Well, shoot. Hey, I like doing small talk first, so I try to get
Okay.
to it. I don't rush into the thing so quickly. I just want everybody to warm up first. So, greetings everybody. So it is Happy Friday. It's the end of the week, and this is the season 2 finale of the conversation with Phil Cooper. So, of course, everyone knows who I am. I'm Phil. I'm host of the Conversation Podcast, and I have a special guest to cap up season 2. You may know her as Debi Mae West, the voice of Tsunade from Naruto, but she's also done a lot of like sports and game commercials too. So it's nice to be able to talk to you, Debbie.
Nice to talk to you as well. Thanks for having me.
Sure thing. Now, before we get into it, let's start with a little bit of an icebreaker, okay? So,
Okay.
so now you've been voicing sports, and you've been voicing like commercials for the World Cup as well, if I got this
No, no,
correctly,
no.
or is it just
No,
the
no, I'm not
Olympics?
doing the World Cup. I did one spot for the World Cup. But so I've been doing voiceovers for sports promos for many years for NBC Sports and the
Okay,
Olympics, but I am not the voice of FIFA, doing
all right,
WNBA right now and also here and there some promos for NBC, but
got it.
haven't made it to FIFA yet.
All right, so here's one question. What's like your most favorite sports section to do commercials for?
I mean, being the voice of the Olympics is actually my
Okay.
most favorite voiceover that I've ever done. It's the most prestigious voiceover gig I've ever had. I've done 3 Olympics. I'm actually an Emmy winner for the Paris Olympics, sports Emmys with NBC Sports. And it's very, very exciting and hoping that they keep me on for the LA Olympics in 2028.
Oh man, I am so excited. Man, I want to go to Olympics games so bad so I
Me
can
too. I'd
watch the
love to go
thing.
to the Olympics. It'd
But
be a lot of fun.
again,
Yeah, it's
money.
the tickets are so expensive. It's ridiculous. I was trying to buy some and it was really difficult to get tickets. So I just figured I'll make my way to LA. I'm from LA originally. I lived there my whole life until I moved here to Hawaii. But I will definitely try to be present.
I gotcha. All right. Well, now that the ice is broken, I guess we can get into the main thing. You said you only had an hour. If I got this correct, you only got an hour.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't really like to interview for longer than an hour. I don't have that much
So,
time.
so listen, to make this go quicker, I'm going to put these into 2 to 3 part questions, okay?
Okay.
So that way it'll be quicker. So let's go ahead and start with section one, the beginning, okay? Now, what first sparked your passion for performing, and when did you know this was the career you want to pursue? Part two, before becoming a recognizable voice in animation and commercials, what were those early years of building your career like? And part three, looking back, what's one lesson from the beginning of your journey that still influences you today?
Okay. So, do you want me to start with section one, or
Go
do you want?
ahead.
Can you remind me what section one was?
Sure thing, sure thing. So it's the beginning. Like, what first sparked your
Okay.
passion for performing, and when did you know this was the career
Okay.
you wanted to pursue? This is part one.
Okay, well, part one, here we go. Well, first of all, I didn't know what voiceovers were when I was growing up. I think most of the voiceover actors, except for maybe cartoons, were all men. So most of the commercials,
Mhm.
all the movie trailers, all of the promos when I was growing up as a kid. So I didn't know I wanted to be a voice actor. I did love performing when I was a kid. I was always putting on costumes and putting on shows. But I really started out as a singer. So I went to music school back in the 80s, and I went to a jazz school, and I sang with a 40-piece big band and a 20-piece big band, and I got to record and got to play around a lot. But I wanted to be a rock star. So that was my passion and my dream. And I saw myself, you know, going on the road and touring the world as a singer. Um, I have a very raspy voice, as you can hear, and my voice wouldn't really allow me to tour or do that kind of career because I would lose my voice at times.
Hmm.
And I kind of became dismayed in my 20s. I just thought, wow, I'm not going to be a rock star. Um, and then a woman that I was very close with as friends said that she really liked my voice and she wondered if I would be interested in taking voice classes and if I knew what voiceovers were. And I didn't, but I was interested. I thought it would sounded like a cool thing to do. And so she pointed me in the direction of some classes and I started taking classes. I think my first class was with Elaine Craig and then with the voice caster and then I decided to make a demo, and a friend of mine gave my demo to an agent, and I started doing voiceovers back in the 90s, early 90s.
Hey, nothing wrong with the 90s. Again, I'd be telling people we got to start somewhere. It's going to take
Yeah.
time to get to where we are now. Look at you now. You're doing the Olympics voices and all that stuff. Listen, it's life is the journey, okay? Don't be focused on the destination. Take baby steps. That's all it's about. Um, to the next part, part two was before becoming a recognizable voice in animation and commercials, what were those early years of building your career like?
Well, I think it took me about 7 months to book a commercial. And I was a waitress. I had like three jobs. I was working my butt off in LA and kind of learning. I did take quite a few voiceover classes at that time because once I realized that I liked doing it and I was good at it and my voice sounded good on recordings. And, the people that were teaching me were very encouraging because it's not really for everyone. I mean, even if you have a great voice, that doesn't mean you're a good actor and it doesn't mean that you necessarily can pull off reading a piece of copy. So I just worked really hard and I signed with a really great agency and yeah, I just went on all the auditions at that time back in the 90s. uh, we were all going to lots and lots of auditions, so I was driving around LA, sometimes 5 auditions a day, and then heading to my agency and reading 10 pieces of copy and maybe heading out again. So it's just a lot of auditioning. And that is mostly the job. I think people have this fascination with voiceovers and they don't really understand what's involved and the actual, it's a cherry when you get a job. And once you get the job, you have to be a professional and do a great job. But really, the job is booking the audition. And so there's a lot of auditioning. And so I was just kind of doing what everyone else was doing, a lot of auditioning. And I finally got one commercial and then that led to me becoming the voice of a grocery store chain. I was the voice of Safeway. And that was really cool. And that was a great job. And I was able to discontinue waiting tables and I never looked back. And then that led to 101 Dalmatians cartoon series and doing animation and booking a lot of national commercials at that time. And then I moved into doing promos in the later 90s.
And I like that about you, Debbie, because I know some of you guys do get tired of talking about animation these days. I know it gets exhausting sometimes, but sometimes we also have to, find other interests as well. And with you looking for commercials and like any other like movie trailers kind of thing, it's like you have to find stuff that's gonna make you happy and it's fulfilling. Because I know, with the animation stuff, I know that's not all you wanted to do. Like I could do more if I just put my mind to
Well,
it.
animation is probably one of the top fields in voiceover. And so it's very, very competitive. And I personally was doing a lot of animation at the beginning of my career. And then I chose to go to New York because I really wanted to try promos. And, and to be honest, I don't have as much versatility as some of the amazing people in the animation and anime world. But honestly, I was doing everything. So I was
Mhm.
doing commercials, I was doing promos, I was doing animation, I was doing video games. I do also promo trailer. And so I just happen to be one of those people that has a very, very well-rounded career. And so I love promos and I'm very good
Mhm.
at it. And it's really a niche market, especially for women. And if you can be a top promo person, then it's a great gig. And so that's just kind of the direction that I went.
Yeah, pretty much anything you can get your hands on, right?
Yeah, I mean, a job's a job and we all want to work, but
Hmm.
um yeah, I mean, I don't look at it that way particularly. Anything I can get my hands on. I just do my best and try to stay focused and current and viable and sound great.
There you go. Hey, listen, yeah, that's all we can ask. We just do the best we can. As long as I did my best, I'm okay with it. And plus, continue to do what I like doing.
Sure.
There you go. Lastly, and then we'll be at the next section, okay? Looking back, what's one lesson from the beginning of your journey that still influences you today? That's part three.
One lesson. I mean, I think being kind and grateful is definitely the most important thing for me. I know that some people can, once you've been doing something for 35 years, like I have, and you've had a lot of success, it might be easy to, I don't know, see yourself in an upper echelon and you might not be as nice to people, or you might have expectations of how you want people to treat you. Maybe you're not as nice, but I try to be kind and I try to be really over generous if I can when I'm on jobs. I want to sound perfect. I want my clients to be super happy with everything that I record. And so I think the biggest lesson, I don't know, I don't really look at it as a lesson. It's just my philosophy is to be very kind, very grateful, and try to be patient and really just do my best work.
Philosophy works too, and patience is a virtue as well.
Sure.
And so, patience, listen, I try to tell people to enjoy the small moments. Can I tell you a little something?
Of course.
Yes. I was at a convention last weekend and I met, Lucy Christian, who does, the One Piece and all that stuff. I was this close to interviewing her. She said to come by so I can come interview her later, but she had to go catch her flight home. And I was like, I had to understand, I had to respect, yes, she had to catch her flight home. So I was this close to talking to her one-on-one. So I was like, you know what? I'll take whatever small victories I can get. I was this close. So I'll just take it and try again next time. So pretty much like, listen, enjoy the small moments. The big stuff will come later.
Sure.
If I got that correctly. Um, okay, so let's go into the next section. This is gonna be a one question section, okay? Now,
Okay.
you've become one of those voices people trust without even realizing it. Now, what does it mean to know your voice has become part of so many people's everyday lives?
Wow. Well, I was thinking about it just the other day because I was talking about my hope to continue being the voice of the Olympics for NBC Sports. And my friend said to me that when she hears my voice, that it kind of gives her like a warm blanket around her. And that she said, I'm not, she said, I know I'm your friend and I'm someone that loves you, but there's just something about your voice that she said, you are the voice of the Olympics. And, Lady Tsunade is also, one of those voices that really brings joy to people and a power to people and a trustworthiness to people. And I've voiced a couple of iconic characters, Metal Gear Solid. I was Meryl Silverberg, and I think both Lady Tsunade and Meryl are both they're these two characters that give hope and courage and power to women and so I feel happy that I've been chosen by the casting directors that chose me to voice those characters that that my voice has withstood the test of time and people still want me and are still hiring me and receiving accolades. And I just, it's a wonderful thing. I mean, I'm very humbled and I'm super happy that I've gotten to live the life that I get to live. And I'm very grateful that, I was given a nice voice that makes people feel good.
And when you do like amazing things, you got people who really look up to you. Like you show, like there are so many young people out there today who are going to be like, "Hey, that's what I want to do because she's done a great job of doing it."
Mhm.
And I bet you probably get like a lot of messages that I don't know if you do, if people saying, "Hey, you inspire me to start doing something like that, like voicing the Olympics or any shows or in sports, etc."
It's
If you
funny,
see what
I
I
don't,
mean.
I've done some conventions for the last few years, and I'm not really doing any at the moment, but I would say most of my fan base is in the video game world and the anime world. Um, I don't really get any messages regarding being the voice of the Olympics. I don't really think a lot of people know that that's what I do. So I would say that most of the fan base that I have is from Lady Tsunade and Meryl from Metal Gear and uh, who else? World of Warcraft. But Lady Tsunade is definitely and Meryl are the icons.
Well, I think they should. I think they should recognize do the sports thing because well, let me say something. I think you've been seeing much of the stuff that's going on with social media. They've been showing all the anime stuff, doing crossovers with the NBA and NFL and all that stuff. You have NFL players who go on to like podcasts, the anime effect, and they talk about the anime shows they grow. So I think people should be more aware
Oh, that's
of
funny.
people.
I didn't know that any of that was happening.
Really, you didn't know?
No, I don't really stay that involved in that stuff. I'm a
I
surfer on a
understand.
little island and so, I don't really watch anime and I'm not maybe I should tell me where you're seeing this so I can get involved and see what I can do.
Well, they had I don't know if you saw it. It was on the news once. They had a One Piece night in at the LA Lakers.
Oh,
Yes, and they
that's
did
cool.
they showed Luffy in the Straw Hats and they showed the LA Lakers teaming up with them.
Huh,
And
that's
then
interesting.
they had Kaiju they had what is they had Jujutsu Kaisen night at at the what's that team in LA, the baseball team?
Dodgers.
The Dodgers game. They had
Oh,
that as well.
wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, even though fans are watching these animation shows, maybe they need to like be more aware of the sports world as well, because now sports is getting involved with the anime world.
That's
And people
very
and people just
interesting.
don't know about it because they're not talking about it more often. And I think they
Uh-huh.
need to talk more about it. I mean,
Yeah.
Debbie, you're like a prime example. Like, shoot, you're the voice of Tsunade, and you're voicing the Olympics and everything. So I think people should know more about it.
Well, that'd be great. You can tell everyone.
So, but I could try to educate on some of them, but I think people should know that there are VAs who are doing commercials, sports events. We just need to make sure, we have the right channels to broadcast this.
Sure.
So, but that's a discussion for a later day.
Okay.
So, um, let's go on to the next section. This is another one question, okay? So now you've worked behind the scenes helping shape performances. What's something you've learned about bringing out the best in other actors?
Um, well, voiceover is mostly a singularity game. So if you're on a cartoon series, you might get to play with other actors. But other than that, we record on our own. So, especially in anime, because when you're overdubbing Japanese, um, and I'm the English dub voice of all the anime that I've done, you're not working with another actor. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
get to bring out the best in anyone but myself. In terms of when I was doing animation series, my first animation series was 101 Dalmatians, and I actually had to step into the shoes of a very, very huge voiceover actor who had given birth and she decided that she wanted to take some time off, and I matched her voice, and it was really scary. I was working with some of the biggest names in animation doing that show. And so, I think they gave me the opportunity to look good. But when you are working on a series, it's just the same as acting in a film or acting in a play, because we're all reading with each other and reading off of each other, and we get to know each other's characters. But other than that, voiceover is just you and a microphone. And nowadays, mostly at home, just either directing myself or talking to someone on my headphones on Source Connect and getting some direction. But I don't really get much of an opportunity to try to make others look good.
Yeah, I know, and listen, I've known this because you know Henry, right? Henry Detman. He told me about this back in season one of this show. Like y'all don't get to work on hours because y'all not in the same room. I know that part,
No, we're
but
not doing it at the same time.
yeah, but when y'all get out and they listen to y'all performances, it kind of helps bring out the best of them. You may not just know
Well,
it.
that's the director too. I mean, the person that's directing anime is the one that's actually having us work off each other. Like she might, or they might, or he might say, "Hey, listen to this take," and you
Hmm.
might get the opportunity to work off of something that you hear. But really, it's the director's amazing ability and qualities to bring out our performances.
Hmm. Yeah, and like I said before, also with the director, you also got to find common ground as well when you write. At the end of the day, you guys are trying to make amazing art for people to enjoy.
Yes, we are. It's super fun.
Yeah, that's all we want to see. And yes, and Naruto's one of those shows, listen, my
What
sister
do you
got
love
me.
about Naruto?
My favorite part about Naruto, I would have to say that Lady Tsunade knows what she's doing. Like, sometimes she be acting a fool with Naruto because Naruto be doing too much. So I was like, my sister got me into the show last year.
Oh, so you're a new fan of Naruto.
Don't blame me. Can you blame me?
Oh, I don't blame you. I've never watched it. I've watched a few things online, but I can't sit through all those episodes. But I
Wow,
know it's
shit.
amazing. I know it's really touched a lot of hearts, and I feel super grateful that people, some people's lives have changed watching anime. And I'm so happy and grateful to be part of a team of incredible voice actors who make people feel better about
Mhm.
their lives and themselves.
To be honest, I've kind of used to watching all those episodes. Like, shoot, like I'll do it as long as the story is good and there's a
Yeah.
lot of story we tell. Okay, I'll sit down in my seat. But now I'm thinking about getting into One Piece now. Now that I met Colleen Clickenbeard last weekend, I'm trying to think
Uh-huh.
about
What
that. And
show did you go to?
Bold Matsuri, it's in Jacksonville, Florida.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice. Was
So,
it fun?
oh, Debbie, it was amazing.
Yeah. How
You
many
got
people?
ooh, don't even get me started. There was a lot of people. Like the lines were
Uh-huh.
backed up.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm amazed that people just stand in line and they want to pay to get an autograph.
Yeah, it's
That's something
hey, it's
else.
to die for. But like, hey, if I can't catch them, I'll catch them later. But yes, phew, I'm
So
thinking
do
about
you go to a
watching.
lot of conventions?
I do when if I can
Uh-huh.
afford it first,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
shoot, they are not cheap.
No, they are not.
So
And getting autographs it's not
it's not
cheap.
cheap either.
No, not at all.
It's not. Thing is, I just signed up. I'm actually going to GalaxyCon in Raleigh later this
Uh-huh.
month. It's at the end of this month, and I just got approved for a media pass.
Oh, great. Well, that's wonderful.
So I was like, okay, I got approved for media pass. I'm entering the next phase.
That's wonderful.
So I can't wait to see what happens. Let's hope I paid attention this last year. So I'm trying to work on it. Um, so we're getting close to the end, but that's good. We're making good time. We got 30 minutes left, which is great. But before we continue, are you enjoying our discussion so far?
Yeah, thank you. I'm
Good,
fine.
just making sure. So section 4 is called The Legacy of Tsunade.
Okay.
So this is going to be a two-part question, all right? So Tsunade remains one of anime's most respected female leaders. Now, what do you think has allowed her character to connect with fans for so many years? Part 2. Was there a particular Naruto scene that challenged you emotionally or creatively more than any other?
Hmm. Well, part one, I think, women want to be empowered.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of and frankly, to be very blunt, Tsunade is an incredibly buxom woman. As you know, the way she was animated was to have gigantic boobs. And she's also hot. She's they call her granny, but she doesn't look like a granny. And she's a lot of fun. She's a free spirit. She is independent. She is powerful, and she is encouraging the youth to become the best versions of themselves and fight for what is right. So all of those things are incredible attributes that withstand the test of time for sure. So she'll always be beloved. And I think that, there are a lot of girls, women who don't feel good about their bodies, perhaps. And so I think Lady Tsunade is a great character that allows women to be proud of their beautiful bodies, and maybe they're a little bit heavier or bigger, and she's uh buxom, like I said. And I think that I mean, I've had women come up to me who are cosplaying Lady Tsunade, and they start weeping when they meet me because they feel so encouraged to love themselves as they are. And I think that that message is clear, and that Lady Tsunade is, her message is like, be yourself and be independent and don't care what other people think. And she's a badass. And I think a lot of people want that for themselves. And so I hope that she's always a good, uh, that her character just always will shine through and keep people feeling positive.
Yeah. I like how you said all that because one, I do agree with everything that you said. We do need, those female leaders, especially with the way the world is right now. We need more leaders like that. And you guys telling stories about how, there's like strong female leads like Wonder Woman, Supergirl. The list keeps going on. And the fact that you mentioned like, people being proud of the body that you have. I recently did a video on my Instagram. There was this there's a friend of mine, her name is Lola, and she's been cosplaying for quite a long time, and her
Mhm.
cosplays are very amazing. But she just got some asshats out there who are trying to harass her, make fun of her body because it's saying she's plus size. And
Uh-huh.
there was this one dude, and this really thing is, I did a video about it like after I got back from the gym. I go to the gym in the mornings. Um, there was this one dude who decided to just mock her body by creating an AI image of her.
Uh-huh. Well, that's
Yeah,
not cool.
yeah. So I was like, you know, this is disgusting. And it's like they're just doing this for attention. Like, why are y'all going out your way just to antagonize somebody?
Right.
But this goes to show you like how dangerous AI can be.
It's true. AI
Mhm.
can be very dangerous. And then back to part two of that question that you asked me regarding what was my scene or like, did I have to, was there anything that was really emotional? I always kind of come back to this one moment because again, I can't remember all this, we recorded it over 20 years ago. So uh, my one of my first sessions playing Tsunade, um, my boyfriend and my brother had both been taken and were both dead.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
so I had to play a very emotional Lady Tsunade, overcoming death and it was really powerful, and as an actor it was a lot of fun. And Mary Elizabeth, who was my director, like really took me to some amazing places that and she really brought out the best in me as an actor, so that was a wonderful memory. And um there was a lot. She's a screamer and I have a hard time screaming again because my voice is very tender. And so the Lady Tsunade freaking out, which she does a lot of, was hard for me. But I did like her character insofar as she's, a drinker and a gambler, and she likes to have fun, but she's also ready to kick your ass.
Yeah, that's true. And yes, emotionally seeing. Listen, sometimes when y'all go to like scenes like that, y'all have to bring up something very painful in y'all day-to-day life. And same thing with Manly Flanagan. I know you're good friends with Molly Flanagan too. She was like, when they got to that scene with Naruto meeting his mother for the first time, she had to draw up like something painful that, her mother passed away a few years ago. So
Uh-huh.
it's the kind of the same thing, like in these shows, we've got to make sure we match the character's energy and their emotional trauma that they're going to.
Yeah.
So
So you got to interview Miley as well?
no, we haven't got to that point. I just read in an article about it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, hey, listen, I like reading. I want to read stuff. Oh, is that a crime?
No, not a crime at all. Good for
It's,
you.
it's good. Yeah. I just want to make sure I do my research. But yeah, so yeah, emotional stuff, tragedies, we gotta bring up those painful experiences. We don't want to, but we have to when we're doing these projects.
Yeah.
So this is another two-part question. Now, fans often admire Tsunade's strength, but she's also incredibly vulnerable. Now, which side of her personality did you enjoy exploring the most? And part two is after all these years, what has it been like meeting generations of Naruto fans who grew up with your performance?
Um, I mean, I like her wild side. Um, but I also like her vulnerability because I'm both those things as well. I've had a pretty big life, and I grew up in Los Angeles, and so I got to live in the world, in a different way than most because LA is just a really unique place. And so I got to, run around as a young girl and see a lot of rock and roll and have a lot of fun. And I think Lady Tsunade loves to have fun. Um, but she also has that side of her that is deep, and she really thinks about life deeply, and I can really relate to that as well. And I when the I think I've maybe been to, I don't know, 15 or 20 conventions, if that, in a few years. And um I have met generations of fans of Naruto at those shows. I've met, uh, people in their 70s who are fans showing up with their grandkids and or their children and then their children's children. So I have met generations of families who are all fans of Naruto. And it always blows me away. And when I see that some of these children are like, 4 and 5 and 6 years old watching it, I'm shocked because it's not an adult cartoon, but it's not really for little kids. And, maybe they don't understand it. But yeah, so I do love that generations have watched, and it's a really beloved, and it's been in Japan for a long, long time, and I think Naruto still is to this day one of the the biggest and one of the first anime series in Japan. I mean, there's a lot devoted to the Naruto world in Japan itself.
Or hey, when y'all do a show that has like over 700 plus episodes, it's going to be popular for a long time.
Yeah,
And also to add on to that, with Tsunade, like she likes what she likes doing, but work hard, play hard kind of girl.
sure.
So it's like, what's the old saying? Choose a job that you love if you never have to work a single day in your life.
Right. You just
So,
do what you love. And
eesh.
I definitely do what I love.
Exactly.
Although
So,
auditioning sometimes is a pain. So
yeah,
it's it's a lot of auditioning, and sometimes you're like, I'm just not even right for this, and you're going to read it anyway because just in case. But
yeah.
it's definitely a lot. Sometimes you have 15 auditions a day, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the
Yeah,
other thing is you also got to deal with rejection. So it's
every
like,
day.
yeah,
Every single day. You just don't
yeah,
even think about it. People ask me about certain auditions, and I'm like, I have no idea. I don't even remember reading it. Once it's gone, it's gone. I mean, once in a while, there's a gem that I feel like I leave it in my mind. I'm like, oh God, I'd love to book that job. But most of the time, you just got to let it go. You just got to read it and let it go. And then if it hits, great.
yeah.
If you're
And
picked, great. If you're behind the mic again and the producers are there thanking you for doing a great job, then you've won.
there you go. Listen, every opportunity you get to work every day, that's good enough. Good enough. Like, shoot, like,
Yeah,
listen, don't stop working. Keep working. Just every
right.
opportunity you see. Listen, every day you get a chance to work in a studio it's a great day.
Yep. I'm
So,
taking a look behind me to see who's winning the World Cup game, and Argentina is winning Cape
oh,
Verde right now.
there you go. There you go. Well, shoot, let's get to the finale so you can enjoy the rest of your game.
Oh, it's going to be over before we're done, but go ahead. What else would you like to
Oh,
know?
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh, don't
sorry.
be sorry. There's so many games. I'm just enjoying it, and there's
Okay.
going to be another one on later.
I gotcha. I gotcha. All right. Guess what? Let's make this amazing then, shall we?
Yes.
So, this is another two-part question. Looking ahead, now, entertainment has changed dramatically throughout your career. What changes have excited you the most? Part two, with experience in acting, directing, announcing, and producing, what part of your career has surprised you the most?
Uh, well, okay. Say part one again. What was that question?
Oh, yeah, entertainment has changed dramatically
Okay.
throughout your career. What changes have excited you the most?
Have excited me the most. I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword. I'm very excited that uh, I can travel and do voiceovers from anywhere in the world. And
Wow.
so that was definitely not something I could do. So for a lot of years, when I was a big promo voice, I was the voice of a lot of networks at once, cable networks and such. and I couldn't travel because I didn't really have the or understand the gear, and it wasn't that simple, and there wasn't really, high speed internet available everywhere. So that change, and especially in voiceover, like everybody has a home studio now, but
Hmm.
I see that as a double-edged sword because now there's, you know I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people are trying to be voiceover actors, but the field is flooded with people who shouldn't be trying to be voiceover actors. They've really taken away a lot of opportunities from those of us who've been professionals for a long time because they've decided that they would do a voiceover for 5 to 10 or $15, and they just want to have that opportunity. And so a lot of times, people who used to make a very, very good living and are top voiceover people are not working any longer. So that's kind of a double-edged sword as I
Yeah.
see it. And then what was part two again?
Part two is with experience in acting, directing, announcing, and producing, what part of your career has surprised you the most?
Um, I mean, I'm surprised that I became a famous voice actor. So
Oh,
I don't, I'm not really a director. You know, I I've directed some friends doing stuff, and I produced a little film, but I've mainly been a voice actor. That's my career. So, and I'm still very pleasantly surprised that I can say that I've been doing this for 35 years and have made a living for 35 years, and that I get to live in Hawaii because of it. And I get to really be in the world serving, you know, I spread love and joy. That's who I am. That's what I want to do. And so I'm shocked and surprised daily that this is what I do and that I get to still do it. And I feel I'm so grateful.
I understand. So I like it, and that caught my attention. So you're not based in California. You're based in Hawaii going
Yeah, I'm
forward.
based in Hawaii, but I was based in LA for my whole career until about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I understand now. Yeah,
By
I've
the way,
heard.
that's a virtual background for those of you watching. Of course, that's not real.
Yeah, well, hey, Hawaii's nice. Listen,
Oh, Hawaii is amazing.
there's a friend of mine who just, she moved to Japan to live there. So
Oh, that's
I
cool.
I, I interviewed him a few weeks ago. He's
Why
very
did they
great.
move to Japan?
His husband is stationed there.
Oh,
He's in the
okay.
army. And
Uh-huh.
and so they found some more opportunities out there. So yeah, she said Japan is great and all, but I still want to go. I still want to travel across the world and go check out all these amazing places.
Me too.
I'm trying my best to get there, but again,
Yeah.
money.
It's getting more and more expensive.
Yes, but yeah, I'm just trying to do the best I can. That's all I can do right now, and I still got my folks supporting me. So
Oh,
there's that as
okay.
well. So as long as you have a good support system, you'll be fine.
Sure, sure.
Okay. Um, so this is going to be the last two-part question, okay?
Okay.
Now, what advice would you give someone who dreams of building a career that's as versatile as yours instead of focusing on just one area of entertainment? And part two is finally when people think about Debi Mae West years from now, what do you hope they remember most, not just about your work, but about the impact you left on others?
Oh gosh. Um, I'm sorry. My short-term memory is bad. What was part one again? I'll
It's okay.
remember
It's okay.
part two.
That's fine. Repeat. I'm here. What advice would you give of
Oh, right.
someone
That wants to have a
who?
versatile career.
Hmm?
Um, well, when I give advice, I tell people to run from trying to be a voice actor in the first place because it is a very hard career to become successful in, especially now. And there are a lot of reasons for that. But if someone is yearning and burning and they have done all the work, they've taken all the acting classes, they've taken the voiceover classes, they have a great demo that is competitive and they feel that they can get into the world of voiceover and start auditioning. And if they've, done all their homework and really learned what it takes, then, I would never say don't try all of it, but there are some people who have really funky, weird voices. And so they're probably going to be in animation or anime. And they love doing characters. And they may not do narration or promo or political spots. They might do commercials because sometimes you want a quirky voice in a commercial. But I would say concentrate on one or two areas, but also, work hand in hand with your agent. And so once you have an agent, you want to ask them, like, what am I really good at? Because the agents aren't going to give you everything. I mean, I've established myself in the only thing I haven't done is an audiobook. And I don't even audition for those. So maybe, I don't know, when I get older, I'll read a book. But um, so I don't know. What advice would I give? I would just really say stay true to what your voice is good at. And like that's why I don't really pursue animation so much anymore because it's not really where I shine. And I know where I shine. I shine in commercials. I shine in I'm doing a lot of political ads right now. I shine in sports voiceover because I have a nice, raspy, fun, sporty voice. And I have an exciting voice. So I love the excitement of sports. Um, and movie trailers, I have a depth to my voice. But not all voiceover people are going to have that kind of career. And I'm not trying to brag in any way. Like that's what I'm surprised at. So I'll go back to your question before. What's the most surprising thing about my career is that I got to do it all. I really have gotten to taste every single aspect of the voiceover world, except for books on tape. And I'm really lucky that way. And I still pinch myself all the time. I'm like, I really get to do this. So, you know, I'm as insecure as the rest of everyone else. Actors are an insecure breed, and we want to be loved, and we want to be good, and we want to be seen as good. And the second part of your question, how do I want to be remembered? I definitely want to be remembered for being easy to work with, being very professional, and really being a perfectionist and giving people what they're looking for, and really just staying in it until we all win together. And again, kindness. And I mean, I really do try to be as joyful and grateful and kind to people as I can. And I want to spread that. That's my Bible, kindness.
Of course, I always spread kindness, always. And that's
Yes, spread
amazing.
kindness.
Exactly. Exactly. We just want, listen, whatever we do, we just want to make sure it has the greatest impact like on somebody for a lifetime. All we're trying to do in this world is trying to live and be successful. That's all we're trying to
Sure.
do.
Well,
So,
be happy. It's not just about success. We're trying to be happy. And I think success can bring happiness, but even people who aren't successful can be happy. So I think really cultivating your inner joy and cultivating yourself as the best version of yourself and being aware of how you treat people and learning how to be better at that. I mean, I'm still learning every day how to navigate.
hmm exactly. Listen, learning is a never-ending process.
Yeah, that is true.
So, well, I think that wraps up everything, and I think we make some good time too. So, did you
Thank
enjoy
you.
our
You had some great
discussion?
questions for me. I really appreciate it. And I wish you the best success. And let me know how I can spread this interview on my own social media at some point when you've got it together. And it was really nice meeting with you.
Hey, listen, every day I just do my best to come up with some very phenomenal questions.
That's right. Thank you, Philip, so much. We'll see you again on the trail, and maybe we'll meet in person one day at a convention.
So I hope so too, because I'm really trying to get out there.